Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to the current Outside Views report on Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. It is well known that Iran is supporting Russia with drones in the war against Ukraine. In the future, these are apparently to be built in Russia. Russia apparently has considerable difficulties producing combat drones itself. This is suggested by media critical of the Kremlin, which report on systemic deficiencies and mismanagement. According to the Russian opposition group Protocol, Russia is trying to replicate Iranian Shahed 136 drones in Tatarstan. For this purpose, Russia has signed a license agreement with Iran for the equivalent of around 1.3 billion euros, as reported by Protocol. In Yelabuga, a special economic zone set up in the 1980s east of Moscow, a factory is to be built accordingly. High-ranking US officials had previously reported on this already. And according to Protocol, the drones are to be built there and Russian special personnel trained by Iranian experts. Iran provides lists of materials and construction plans. According to the report, the cooperation is a kind of franchise, meaning that Russia, according to Iran, is building drones under its own standards. According to Protocol, the components for the Shahed drone are currently being delivered entirely from Iran and assembled in Yelabuga. According to the report, the Iranian components are to be reduced in the future and replaced by Russian ones. But now there are problems. Negotiations on the exact production design apparently came to nothing. For safety reasons, a large pit is needed for the production of the ammunition. The management of the economic zone considered it, but the establishment takes time, and the procurement of materials is also difficult due to the sanctions. So say again, the sanctions don't work. According to Protocol, it could take 2 to 3 years before Iran could withdraw itself from production. Other sources, which are also based on the research by Protocol, assume that it could take even longer. In addition, the contract testifies to excessive costs, unrealistic time calculations, and only makeshift production facilities. This raises doubts as to whether the drones can ever be mass-produced, says Protocol. There was also disagreement over the cost. Moscow is said to have resisted the 800,000 euros demanded by Tehran for the production facility. The way the deal was paid was also a problem because, according to Protocol, Iran insists on cash payments, which Russia cannot meet in this way. According to the report, the hangar for drone production is currently 40,000 square meters. In the future, the halls should have a total area of over 100,000 square meters. According to the plan, the assembly efficiency of the Russians should then exceed that of the Iranians by a factor of 10. According to Protocol, a separate village will be created, which will be dedicated exclusively to the production of drones for the Russian army. However, it is unclear how likely it is that these plans will be implemented. Russia has been using unmanned combat aircraft for months. Earlier this year in June, former US Admiral John Kirby said Iran continued to supply Russia with drones. They would be shipped across the Caspian Sea from Amirabad in Iran to Makshakala in Russia and used by Russian forces against Ukraine. In May, Russia received hundreds of attack drones and equipment for drone production from Iran in this way, according to the White House. Ukraine also uses drones in defense against Russia, but they are not coming from Iran. And if you want to know more about the current developments, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.